Good day everyone. Good day ma'am. By the way, my name is Mario Saberon. I am from Base Ed Filipino 3 and now I am going to discuss my topic about the essays and the essays rubrics. By the way, this is the continuation of the report of Miss Argeline Nansov about the matching type test, the supply and the completion test. So before we proceed to discuss the types of essays, let's define first the definition of essay. So essay is a written composition that presents argument, analysis, interpretation on a particular topic. So here are the different types of essays. First, the narrative essays, an argument, expository, descriptive, persuasive, evaluation, informative, personal, reflective, analysis, definition, analytical, compare and contrast, cause and effects, and a process essay. So these are ilan lamang sa mga halimbawa ng isang essay or sanaysay. Narrative essay. This essay usually tells stories from your life or the lives of the others. They are told just like fictional short stories with a character, settings, compelling plot, a climax, and a resolution. In short, this essay is also known as the imaginary reflection. This essay is used to share personal stories and tells or the stories of the other people. So, sa pamamagitan ng essay na ito ay masusukat ang ating kakayahan na lumikha ng isang malikhaing obra o akda na gamit lamang ang ating mga imahinasyon o ang ating malikhaing imahinasyon. Ilan lamang sa halimbawa ng narrative essay ay ang novels or the script ng isang pelikula na kung saan ay masusukat ang kaalaman, ang lawak ng imahinasyon ng isang manunulat at kung paano niya nabuo ang isang akda. For the structure in writing a narrative essay, introduction, make a hint or give the hint on what you or the character learn of this from the story. Kumbaga sa introduction part ay magbibigay ka ng buod o parang trailer kung ano ang flow or hint sa isang or body part. Tell the story from beginning to end, finishing in an exciting or compelling climax in the last body of the paragraphs. So, dito sa body na part ay isasalaysay mo o isusulat mo mula simula hanggang sa wakas. And conclusion, reflect on what you or the character learned from the experience in the story. So, in short, the narrative essay is para ka lang nagso-storytelling. So, here are the example of a narrative essay na kung saan nating mapapansin ay ang narrative essay ay isang madetalyadong uri ng isang sanaysay. Next, we have a argumentative essay. This essay, also called argument essays, investigate topics fairly and thoroughly to present the writer's argument to the reader. This essay is the most common types of essay usually when we make a thesis statement and research. It is focused on opinion in a debate claim, basically about the compare and contrasting arguments or claims using a logical and a formal reasoning. In writing a argumentative essay, the writers really need kinahanglan nga to use a more backup evidence or strong arguments para mas ma-defend niya ang iyang statement or iyang claims. The purpose of argumentative essay is to persuade the reader why is the thing A is better than thing B, on the content of the argument. So here, the structure in writing a argumentative essay. Introduction. Introduce the topic and your claim in this statement. In the body, support your position with evidence and bring up the counterclaims. So you need to use more citations or more strong evidence to prove or your claims. In conclusion, restate your claim and summarize how to prove it. Here, the example of an argumentative essay. As you can see here in the first color, the introduction or the hope of your statement. And next is the background or the body. And then the green one is the thesis or your conclusion. Next is the expository. It is used research and critical thinking to explain more about the topic. This essay don't need long or strong arguments. It is used only to explain or shed light on a person, thing, or event. It is used to inform, describe, and explain, compare, or summarize in an objective way. The purpose of this essay is not just to describe something, but to give it a reality interpretation on what that means. Short, you are just need to explain or express what you understand of that certain topic. So we have here the example of the expository essay. As you can see, it is not a very detailed kind of essay. You only just need to state or explain what is your deep understanding about a certain topic or the subject. So next, we have a descriptive essay. This essay uses a lot of sensory details to describe the way something looks, sounds, smells, tastes, or feels. In human body, we have 6 types of senses, which is the smell, the taste, and etc. In writing a descriptive essay, we also use lots of sensory details to make our essay more creative and kawili-wili. Like figurative language. Example of a figurative language or a tayutay is the simile, the metaphor, the hyperbole, or the personification or personifications to give or help to make our essay more creative. Unlike narrative essay, descriptive essay don't tell a story from beginning to end. It only dig deep into a subject and describe it in details. Like for example, kapag tayo ay gumawa ng isang descriptive essay about sa isang particular na lugar. So, we don't need to tell the story or make a story from beginning or mahabang storya. We just need to describe how the people there, how they live, how they dress, their styles, their social culture, and etc. Here we have the structure in writing a descriptive essay. An introduction. Introduce the topic you are going to describe with an engaging sensory hook sentences. In the body part, describe the topic with rich sensory details and figurative languages. So, dito na part, pwede tayong gumamit ng iba't ibang uri ng matatalinghagang salita o mga tayutay upang mas palitawin at mas pagandahin ang ating ang isang akda. Here, the example of a descriptive essay. As you can see, hindi siya gaano kahaba kumpara sa narrative essay. So, mahalin tulad natin siya o para siyang isang buod na. Next is persuasive essay. Persuasive essay writers try to convince the readers to agree with them. This essay has similarities with argumentative essay that using logical facts or arguments to convince your reader to agree to your opinions. But unlike argumentative essay that focus only to compare or contrast your opinion to just to explain your claims, in persuasive essay, emotional appeals rather than a logical evidence in writing. Structure in writing is persuasive essay. Introduction. Use an emotional evocative hook to get the reader interested in your position right away. In a body, use personal anecdotes, dramatic language, and emotional appeals to get the reader to your side. Pwede kang gumamit ng iyong personal na karanasan sa buhay to get your reader's attention and to convince them. In conclusion, finish with a call to action for your reader. What should they do now? Pwede kang mag-iwan ng mga katanungan na kung saan ay maikikintal sa isipan ng mga mambabasa to make them realize kung meron bang nabago or na-change sa kanilang perception. So here is the example of the persuasive essay. Next is the evaluation essay. This essay used a measured and biased approach to evaluating a work, topic, product, or another subject. So this kind of essay is usually used in academic writing, allows the author to present their judgment on the certain topic. So this essay is to thoroughly analyze the subject and go beyond analysis or go dig deeper about the subject. The structure in writing evaluation essay. Introduction. Introduce what you're evaluating and state your evaluation in a thesis statement. In a body part, give an overview of what you're evaluating and gives summary. Then defend your opinion with criteria, reasons, and evidence. In conclusion, restate your opinion and final impression. So we have here some example of a evaluation essay or self-assessment essay. The evaluation essay has a similarities with the reflection essay, which state what you are understanding or what you have observed of a certain topic or subject. Next, personal narrative essay. This essay are a form of narrative writing in which the writer explore how experience affected or shaped them. This essay focused on sharing an event that shaped the writer's life. Kumbaga, ito ay isang uri ng sanaysay na hango sa totoong buhay. So here are the structure in writing a personal narrative essay. Introduction. Set the scene both in setting and tone. Where are we? When does it take place? In a body part, tell the story with rich detail beginning to end, culminating in a meaningful climax. In a conclusion, reflect on the experience and reveal how it shaped or changed you. We have here the example of a personal narrative essay example. As you can see, para ka lang nagsusulat ng diary or nagkikwento tungkol sa iyong buhay. Reflective essay. This essay explores an idea, concept, or observation from a writer's point of view. Unlike sa personal narrative essay, which is focused on sharing the event that shaped the writer's life, the reflective essay um, focus on the writer's change or learn from the experience. So, kumbaga, reflective essay is the how you understand or what is the understanding of the author. Sa parteng ito, masusukat ang pangunawan ng writer ko meron bang nabago sa kanyang sarili? Nag-improve ba ang kanyang sarili? Here, an example of a reflective essay. Next, we have here the synthesis essay. These essays gather opinions, evidence, and proposals from various sources and present it to the reader as one documents. So, this kind of essay is usually makikita natin sa research kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng research. So, sinasabi nila, this essay is similar to argumentative and informative essay. In argumentative, they present claims, while the informative is present information. Purpose of the synthesis essay is to compile or gather the data or the body of or the evidence of the claims and the information. So in writing a synthesis essay, we really need to use strong backup evidence to give deeper, make your claim more stronger, and also to avoid a biased sources. Structure in writing a synthesis essay. Introduction. Hook the reader with a strong first sentence, then state your position in a thesis statement. In the body, support your thesis with the wealth of evidence you have gathered from different sources. Conclusion, restate your thesis and summarize how you support your position. Here, the sample of a synthesis essay. So, bilang dagdag, in writing a synthesis essay, we really need to use more citations to make our claims more stronger. Next is the definition essay. Is defined a term or idea. These terms could be vocabulary words, technical terms, abstract concept, historical words, or any other idea that a writer wants to define for the reader. So, in writing a definition essay, unlike the other types of essays, this essay is very brief, maikli lamang. Hindi siya kinakailangang masyadong mataas. Kumbaga, you just need to define or describe the subject in 1 or 2 sentences. Here are the structure in writing a definition essay. Introduction, state the word or concept you are defining in the first sentence and provide a general definition in the thesis. In the body, elaborate the thesis statement with support, alternative definitions, and application of the word or concept. In conclusion, restate the definition along with the way you're elaborative on it. So we have here that example of a definition. The next, analytical essay. This essay analyzes a topic with a strong, detailed, and critical thinking. It has a similarity with the reflective essay, which is a very detailed, but this kind of essay are only focused on a single topic. It is a type of essay that examines a topic in detail, breaking it down into its component parts and analyzing how the those parts works together. It's like taking a complex object apart, looking at each piece individually, and then putting it back together again to understand how it functions as a whole. In writing a analytical essay, you need to use your critical thinking or your deep understanding para makagawa ka ng isang magandang sanaysay. Here, the structure in writing an analytical essay. In introduction, introduce the topic and refers to the levels of analysis you've done on it. In the body part, starts with your lowest level of analysis and build up to the highest level, preferably in your last body paragraph. Then trying every sentence back to the thesis. In the conclusion part, restate your thesis and levels of analysis. Here is the example of a analytic essay. As you can see, it's only focused on one topic or a single topic, but it is a very detailed kind of essay. Next is compare and contrast essay. These essays are analytical essays that examines how two subjects are similar and different. So this kind of essay often used in expository writing. So it examines the two characteristics or historical events and concepts. Sa pamamagitan ng essay na ito ay nailalahad o naisusulat natin kung paano nga ba nagkakaiba o nagkakahalintulad ang dalawang magkaibang bagay. The structure in writing a compare and contrast essay. In introduction, introduce the topic you're comparing. Find a creative and engaging way to state that they are similar to but different in your thesis statement. In a body part, either analyze each characteristic in a body paragraph or analyze one entire topic before comparing and contrasting it with a second entire topic. In conclusion part, restate your thesis and summarize your points. Example of a compare and contrast essay. Let's proceed to the cause and effect essay. This is another type of analytical essay use structure to show the relationship between an event and its consequences. So this is used to explore or show the relationship between an event and its consequences. It identifies the causes of a specific event or a phenomenon and analyze its effect. The structure. Introduction. Introduce the topic and make your claim about how the event cause and effects it's in your thesis statement. In the body part, discuss the event in a paragraph before you discuss the effect, then defend your claim about how they related. In conclusion, restate the thesis and assert how you prove. So here the example of how to write the cause and effect essay. Next is the process essay. These are types of informal essay that explain how to do something or its process. It's focused on the steps and structures. This kind of essay is used to explain how to do something step by step in a written way. It's provide clear instructions and guiding the readers through the process. Here are the structure in writing a process essay. In the introduction part, introduce the topic and state your purpose in writing the essay. In the body part, write out the step you need to take to complete the process. Each paragraph can be one step complete with tips and materials needed. In conclusion, restate your purpose and what you just taught your reader. Example of writing a process essay. And lastly is the informative essay. This essay informs the readers about the topic, but the main purpose of of an informative essay is to educate the audience rather than to expose them to the truth. This essay focus is to educate the readers about a specific topic by presenting facts, examples, and explanation in a clear and concise manner. In writing a informative essay requires a lot of evidence nang sa ganon ay mas maunawaan o maintindihan ng iyong mambabasa ang iyong ginawang akda o sanaysay. It's like a teacher explaining a subject or a topic to their students but in a written form. Structure in writing a informative essay: introduction, introduce or explain the topic with a strong hook. Gawin mong mas kawili-wili para makuha ang interest ng inyong mambabasa. In a body part, explain more about the topic with evidence. In conclusion, restate your thesis and conclude with a general statement about the topic. Example of a informative essay. Now, let's proceed to the essay rubrics. It is a structured evaluation tool that educators use to grade students' composition in a fair and consistent manner according to Johnson 2024. So, an essay rubrics is a scoring guide that outlines the specific criteria used to evaluate an essay. It provides clear expectation for students and teachers, ensuring a consistent and fair assessment process. There are the components of evaluating essay rubrics. First is the criteria. Criteria are specific elements of an essay that will be evaluated. Like for example, the clarity, the focus, and the relevance of a topic, the sentence structure, the grammar, the spelling, and the overall flow of an essay. The second one is the performance level, typically ranging from excellence to need important or improvement in writing. Here are examples of a essay rubrics. In the first picture, we can see the performance level, typically ranging from excellent or expert to the lowest part of evaluating or rate. For the second example naman is the criteria. It show or evaluate the specific in writing an essay. Like for example, the clarity, the focus, the relevance of the topic.